G'day everyone and welcome back to Pattaya Down Under.
G'day, everyone.
I'm here with Steve-O and this is episode, what are we at?
Three, I think,
Oh,
yeah.
three?
Episode 3 now.
Firing along.
Yeah, we did our introduction.
Hopefully there's a few people out there listening by now.
It'll slowly get there.
Yeah. Usual disclaimer. This just a podcast. A couple of us, I'm a frequent traveller, or was a frequent traveller before COVID. Steve-O was just a beginner, a newbie, as we call him.
Yeah.
And all this is purely based on our own experiences. I understand everyone has different experiences and opinions and all that kind of crap. So,
And we do want to hear from people. Like in our feed, you'll see there's an email address, and we're happy to hear from anybody who wants to throw something at us and even want to give us a story or something, because this is what this is all about. It's all about stories and experiences.
And potentially, even maybe do a live call if somebody wants to call in and tell a story, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're open to any opinions or conversations anyone wants to have. If anyone's listening.
So if you do want to call in one day when we're doing a podcast, we can schedule that, and you can call in and we can have a chat together and share some experiences. So we're open for that as well. So again, we'll have that on the podcast channel. There's an email address there already. So if you're interested, by all means, send us an email. We're happy to engage.
Because once again, I've been to Thailand. I've been to Pattaya too, mainly, a few times, a dozen or so times. But my experience is, what's the word I could use here? I've had a lot of experience, but it's not necessarily broad. Because I'm a bit of a creature of habit. So most holidays...
And that's one thing I noticed when I've been with you a few times, is that we go to the same bars.
Yeah.
We hop to the same bars.
Yeah.
We tried a couple of new ones.
Yeah,
But generally we go to the same bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do the same things. We go to the same breakfast places.
Absolutely, yeah.
You go to the same place to hire your bike.
Yep.
It's that thing that. But again, for you, it was that's the experience that you've learned to have, and you're enjoying it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And so, that brings us to today's topic. We're going to talk about places to frequent, ideas where to go, what to do, mainly bars and stuff. And again, and that's what I mean. I'm looking at at our running sheet here, and I'm thinking places to frequent. Well, I really only go to a few places, so this might not be a long podcast.
Exactly why you said what you said.
Yeah.
You are a creature of habit, and these are the places you go to, and there's probably a stack more, and other people have got some great stories, I'm sure of it, but you've got your stories.
Yeah, and in saying that, I think this time, I've because it's been so long since we've been, a lot's changed.
I don't know what that is.
What's that noise?
I don't know. It's late in the afternoon, and someone, I think, is cutting grass or something.
Oh, that's a leaf blower. Sorry, we apologise for the noise. There's a leaf blower
If you can hear
outside.
that, we're sorry about that. It's bothering us, but anyway.
It's 3 p.m. here on a Thursday, so obviously it's been pissing rain, so I don't know why the fuck someone's got a leaf blower out.
It'd be all wet by now.
Anyway, so I'm lost now. Where were we?
So we were going to start talking about some of the places we frequent, and we'll talk about your habits and where you go and how limited your experiences are. You've got a lot of experiences of the same thing, and I think what's happened with that, it's not so much you don't have a broad experience, which is really not what we're focusing on. It's more that you've got a lot of stories to tell. You've gone to the same places a lot of times, but you've got so many stories to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, every time we go, you go, oh, last time I came here, and you tell me all these stories.
I mean, that's where I was. Like I was saying, pre-COVID, I went to all my places. You could drop me in any street around Central Pattaya, I'll find my way home, quite easily.
I won't.
And like I said, I had my routines. I'd go to this bar, go to that bar, go there for breakfast. Things have changed. I won't say a lot's changed, but things have changed. I've been, keeping up to date with, a few YouTubers, a few vloggers, and things have changed. So I've actually marked a few spots on Google Maps. So when we go there, we can try these few new places. So that's going to be interesting. So but today will just be basically about past experiences, my experience, and Steve-O as well. So I like to stay around the LK Metro area. I find around LK Metro, I find that there are, I'm 52-year-old, bald, handsome young fella.
Bald.
but I find that there are a lot of, obviously an Aussie, a lot of like-minded people. You go around LK Metro, and a lot of the people I meet are guys our age, a lot of Poms, a lot of Aussies, you know. So you meet anyone there, like it's a very good vibe. I've never seen any fights, any trouble anywhere in LK Metro, never. So I like to be around that kind of environment.
I don't want to go off topic, but where have you been where there has been trouble?
Just when I say trouble, I haven't really seen any serious trouble. I know, I don't know if people are familiar with the story. I think it was in Soi 6 or Soi 7. There was an Australian man who was bashed to death, literally bashed to death.
By the locals?
No, by some other foreigners.
Oh, okay.
He was a friend of someone we know. And the story was he was harassing a girl. And because the bar owner knew the guy that did the bashing, they all colluded and told the same story. And the guy who did the bashing, I'm not sure if he is doing time or anything, but it was a light sentence. Well, I can't remember what it was, but
in Thailand he's doing time?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's doing time even. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, he got off lightly.
Wow.
Whether he got off or not, it was very lightly, whatever the punishment was. But guys, there were people with the guys with the guy that got bashed, and it was like a vendetta. It was there was history.
Okay.
And so that's why it happened. But it was reported as, he was harassing the girls, and the guy stepped in, and he, anyway. But so
it's the same everywhere. If you've got the right people around.
Yeah. So I've heard of so around those areas, Soi 6, Soi 7, where you potentially have a lot of touristy traffic. Like LK Metro has a lot of expats.
Right.
But those walking street, those areas that are just touristy, that's where I think you find trouble. People are on holidays, they think they can do what the fuck they like.
Yeah.
So, when I don't necessarily tend to stay away from those places, but I don't hang out at those places, so to speak.
Sure.
I mean, if you go to Pattaya and you fucking don't go for a cruise down Soi 6, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. I mean, I remember we went through a few of those places, and I had a great time. We stopped at a couple of bars here and there. Bars you'd never been to either. It was
like Soi 6. I mean, there's 150 bars.
Yeah,
down
so
there.
it's and you see some weird and wonderful stuff as you go down, and it's one of those things. But
you really liked Soi 6-1 though, didn't you?
Which one was that one? Don't say the Ladyboy one. Jesus Christ! Is this going to be a theme?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. No.
Was Soi 6 where I met Jane?
No, she worked in Soi 7.
Soi 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I didn't remember Soi 6 then.
So Soi 6.
Did we go down Soi 6?
Yeah, we did. We did. I knew a guy that managed a bar there. We went in the bar and drank there.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
A young Italian guy.
Yes.
So that's Soi 6. There's a big difference. Soi 7 are more like beer bars.
Yeah.
Soi 6 are beer bar types, but all short time bars.
Okay, yeah. Right. Soi 7 was good.
Soi 7's good. I don't mind Soi 7. There's some good. I actually have hung out there a little bit in the past, not so much recent times. And
while we're on the subject, where did we go? We I had one of the girls with me, and we went to dinner somewhere, and we were supposed to meet a girl that you were seeing at the time, and she didn't show up.
Yeah,
was that Soi?
No, that was just a beer bar complex. I can't remember the name of it, but it's down on Second Road down the end. It was near Soi 3. So it was down here towards Dolphin Roundabout,
Yeah.
but I think that's closed now.
Oh, geez.
From what I believe.
I'm hoping next year when we go, a lot more places are open.
Well, Soi Made in Thailand. You and I,
we
frequent there
that.
a lot because we
had friends there. Yeah,
we had friends at one of the bars there. Well, two bars technically, but so we were there most nights.
Yeah. It's funny how we call them two bars, but it's like one bar.
Yeah, it was like one bar. Yeah. But now that's gone.
Yeah, I know. I saw that video you showed me.
Yeah,
I can't believe
gutted.
How horrible that looks now. How it's gutted. There's no roof. It's just everything's just trashed.
Yeah,
looks horrible.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, I don't think that's going to come back in a hurry, is it?
Oh,
That's a lot of cost.
There are rumours about what that's going to become. Someone said a car park. Hang on, car park? No, not that.
A shop?
It's going to be like
a mall?
Real estate.
Oh.
I believe another building.
Oh,
okay. I think that's what.
Well, that would be good for the third bar that we went to a couple of times.
Well, that's still open. That's thriving.
So
obviously.
where that is, that's not far from.
That's out the back. So if
they get a building there, they're going to get a lot of visitors. Wow. Okay. So I think it's raining.
So we've got leaf blowers and now a bit of a thunderstorm. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So that is that leads up to the next topic. Tree Town, which apparently is now building up, and there's a lot of bars opening, and that Matador bar, Matador 3, I think
Matador 3?
That's out the back of Tree Town, I think.
Right.
Pretty sure that's Tree Town.
So was Tree Town connected to that section we went to once where it was a friend of yours got arrested?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I fucking remember that.
Is that what we're talking about? Is that the place?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay. So I remember that place, yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite an open area too.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but this Tree Town apparently is really, really firing up. It's really, it's becoming something.
Okay.
So.
Well, while you're looking something up, what I'd like to mention is one of the things that I really enjoyed when we were moving around in Pattaya, or Pattaya, whatever you want to call it, was the BART bus system. That was a great system.
Really good system, yeah.
I think it was good that, you get on, as long as you know the route and you know where it's going and which one to get onto, because there was a couple we had to learn because we were staying in Jomtien.
There was your main route, which goes basically along...
Second road.
Is that rain?
Yes, it is.
I can hear in the headphones.
Very heavy rain.
Wow. Okay, this is...
Second road and beach road.
Sorry, go off topic. That's a nice little background sound, isn't it?
For Thailand feel.
I need a piss. No, so...
Actually, just want to talk about... Because yesterday was a really hot day here.
Yeah.
I came home, I walked in the door, the cooling system was on, and it was like freezing in this section here.
Yeah.
And when I walked in the door, I had the smell of the air conditioning, like it was when I walked into a place in Thailand.
Yeah.
And that air conditioning was on, and I just walked in, and I thought of you straight away, and I've gone, I feel like I'm in Thailand. It was because I haven't smelt that air conditioning smell for so long. We've been in winter for so long.
Yeah.
That smell, it just brought me back to Thailand.
And
like when you walk into a 7-Eleven, it's that cold air conditioning smell.
Oh, there you go. Wow, it's really
happening here.
And anyway. I think we need to soundproof the studio.
Maybe we didn't need a studio.
Anyway, back to the BART buses.
Yeah, but the BART bus system was great.
You have your, if anyone doesn't know, most people do, you have your BART bus which runs down Second Road to Dolphin Roundabout, hangs a left, down onto Beach Road, all the way back up to Walking Street and around again. It does a full circle.
Yeah, so you can walk down the soys and go from one side to the other.
Yeah, there's a lot of soys you can go jump on if you want to head east or west or whatever. Oh, hang on, no, north and south. Sorry, whichever direction you want to go. But
I enjoyed walking through the soy, then waiting for a BART bus on the other side to go down the other end of where Walking Street was. Because
so easy to get around.
But it's just that I got to see something.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's like 10 baht, and just when you catch a BART bus, you'll be standing on the side of the road and you'll see them cruising around.
You just stand there. There's certain locations you wait.
Anywhere. You wait anywhere. There's no stops.
Oh, I thought there were some certain stops.
No, there's no stops. Anywhere you just wave one down.
There was certain stops because...
there are... So when you're talking about when you go out to Jomtien.
Yeah, that's right, because there was certain stops where we got off from the Jomtien trip.
Yeah.
We walked across the road, and there was always a lot of people waiting there.
At the start of Second Road is where they start, correct?
Right, yeah.
But I think they also pull up around the corner at Dolphin Roundabout.
Oh, okay. All right. So there's certain locations where people know 100% it's going to stop.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Right, okay.
And it's 10 baht.
That's right.
But when you jump on, don't ever ask where you're going or can you take me here?
No.
Because you will pay a full fare.
And that's what happened to us. We stepped out of the villa. We went on that. I'm not sure what that road was called.
Thepprasit Road, yeah.
Yep. And we caught a BART bus.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it happened the way it happened. We got on and we had a one-way trip straight into Pattaya. We didn't stop anywhere. And he stopped somewhere, remember?
No, we got off and then got on the second one along Second Road. And we went all the way because we got off down the very end because we went to go shooting at Tiffany's. I think that's what we went to do. So and he tried to charge us more. Well, he did charge us more.
He did charge us more.
He did charge us more.
Mind you, it was pretty lame because he only charged us 20 baht each.
Yeah.
So instead of 10 baht.
And it was because there was no one else on the BART bus. He didn't pick anyone up. So he decided that he was going to charge us 20 baht each.
Yeah.
So I argued with him and I said, no, mate, it's 10 baht each. And so we sort of argued and
then he started getting angry.
And yeah, he wasn't happy. So just a bit of advice, when you're in that situation, just pay the extra fucking 10.
Walk away.
In our case, it was 40 baht because there was 4 of us. But still, 40 baht's like a fucking couple of bucks.
Walk away.
You know, a couple of bucks. Just walk away. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Cheap beer's 60 baht. So why would you even argue? Just give them the 40 baht and don't worry about it.
So... yeah,
but anyway, that was it. But the BART buses are great. I really liked them. It just meant that you knew no matter when you're in Pattaya, you knew that I'll just wait here and I can get a BART bus around. 10 baht, seriously. What is that now? What's that worth?
Oh, it's 50 cents.
Yeah, so 50 cents and you can get wherever you want to go in that vicinity anyway.
That's 50 Australian cents.
50 Australian cents. Yes, that's right. Well, we are Aussies, so
yeah. So probably less for the Americans and the Poms.
Probably 30 cents and then 25 cents. 25 P? 25p for the...
Is that right? P?
I think so.
Yeah.
So it's...
And you've also got the BART bus that runs from the start of Second Road back down Jomtien, all the way down the Jomtien.
Yeah.
You know, I love heading out to Jomtien. It's for me, and I know it's not technically, but it feels like the gateway to the gentlemen clubs. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know.
Well, where the villa was for us, although... that really wasn't, let me call it a gentleman's trip.
No, it wasn't.
It was more of just a boys' trip.
A boys' trip.
I had
you had your boys with you.
I had my kids with me. And we did a lot of things. We went go-kart racing. And
did all that
a few other things. So we did a few different things that were more sort of, I don't know, family-friendly, if you want to call it that. So
as family-friendly as you could get.
Yeah. And but down that way, it was actually good because from there, we were able to go to the beach, although we didn't we never actually went to the beach. Did we went to the water park?
Yeah, no, we never went to the beach.
We never went to the beach.
So that's the thing. We went in January, and for me, it was cold.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
It was cold. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, when we went to the water park, my younger one got sick.
Yeah, that's right.
So he couldn't enjoy it as much as he would have liked.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's that. I just want to mention one thing, that if there are any computer geeks listening to this,
yes,
there's a place we went to. And it's called...
You forgot the name of it? No?
Tutkom.
Yeah.
And we went there and it's like 6 floors, if I remember correctly.
6 floors of whores? No?
That's in Bangkok.
Oh, sorry.
6 floors of just electronics,
tech,
gadgets, tech,
games,
washing machines, whatever. It's just, it was an electrical building. Just, you walk in there, if there's something you're looking for, it'll be there. If you're a mobile phone... headphones, a computer keyboard, even a computer itself. If anything you want, you go in there. And we went there and we went up to the 6th level, if I remember correctly, and there was a place they're selling software, like all kinds of software. And I think it was illegitimate software.
No. You think?
And it must have been because it was quite cheap.
Yeah.
But there was just a plethora of things. My kids bought keyboards. They bought a keyboard each, they bought a mouse each, they bought headphones, they bought a few things. And I'm not going to say that it was like cheaper than here, but it was well priced. It was like what I'm trying to say, if you're here in Melbourne where we are, we go shopping, we have to shop around to find a cheap price for something we want. You go there and you don't have to really try hard. You go there and you'll find something cheap in what you want without even trying.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Most of the shops, they're already very competitive in their pricing, so you don't really have to try hard. So Tutkom is great. If you ever want any kind of tech and you're over there, cables, connectors, headphones, anything you need, Tutkom, and you'll be blown away how much there is to choose from.
You're going to give the location? Where is it? Do you know?
Yeah, it's in Pattaya. Starbucks.
Yes, it's at the end of Soy Buakhao on across the road from Soy Buakhao on South Pattaya Road. That rough location.
Up the top there, yeah.
If you get down the bottom, South Pattaya Road.
But
anyway, whatever. Depends which way you...
The other top.
Yeah, depending which way your globe is.
Yeah.
It's good, that little spot. I knew... I remember when we went, I said, I've got to take the boys there. They'll love it.
Yeah. And if you want to go shopping, I mean, that's tech. That's specifically tech stuff. If you want to go shopping, there's also Terminal 21, which is up near the Dolphin Roundabout, I think it's called.
Yeah, down the end there.
And then there's also Central Festival, which was near where we...
Opposite Soy Made in Thailand.
Soy Made in Thailand, yeah.
And the night bazaar there as well. They've got the night bazaar. So they're the two main shopping centres. There's a few other ones around that I don't really go to much. There's the
those two have really had everything.
There's the Avenue Mall. That's a tiny little thing. But I actually did watch a YouTube video, or vlog the other day, or this morning actually. And a guy went around the Avenue. There's actually a couple of good little shops there. There's like a Western Grocery.
Oh, right.
Yep.
So when you say Western Grocery, did they have stuff that we would find here that you wouldn't find there?
He didn't go in the shop, but yeah. Western Grocery, like meats, like they had a sign at the front, ribeye, steak.
Oh, right. So used our terminology, so we know what we're buying.
Well, it's probably imported meat. I'd say it's imported from Australia.
I guess so.
A lot of the meat in restaurants and that in Thailand is imported from Australia and New Zealand.
Right.
Sometimes the US and that, but mainly Australia and New Zealand. So it'll be all imported stuff. Paying a little bit more for it, no doubt. But
where all the good stuff is, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Except tech stuff. But those are two good shops.
Yeah.
So Terminal 21 was good, and so was Central Festival. We went to Central Festival more than anywhere else because it was just closer.
Yeah.
But what I found, I think Terminal 21, if I remember correctly, the one was one that had the Eiffel Tower.
There's all different levels.
Yeah, different levels,
different parts of the world.
It was actually a more westernised kind of place, wasn't it?
Well, so is Central Festival.
But I found Terminal 21. You go there, and it actually felt like a Chadstone or something. If you know what I mean. It had that feel about it.
Yeah,
it was more. I think maybe it was newer too.
Yeah, it is. It's only,
and I think that's why it had that newer feel to it.
When I say a few years, it was built probably in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So if you're after something very similar to what you get here, Terminal 21, but Central Festival, we used to go there all the time, and they've got great food court there.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of shops there. Central Festival was pretty cool. So, and for us, when I went second time, I think, and we stayed in that.
The Edge. Yeah.
The Edge.
Jeez, that was shit.
Was it called the Edge?
Yeah.
The two hotels opposite each other.
That was shit.
Central Festival we used to go to a lot because it was right there. It was convenient for us.
Yeah.
The thing I love about Thailand, which I wish we had here, which we never will, was the fact that I could...
Oh, the bar girls?
Well, that goes without saying. 1 a.m. in the morning, I could get up, put my shorts and shirt on, grab my wallet and phone and whatever, go downstairs and go to the shop, and everything was still open.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not sure about 7-Elevens. I reckon they might be open. But bars and that at the moment, as we speak, December 22nd?
Yeah.
2022, bars are closing at 2 a.m.
You're joking?
No, they were closing.
So they've succumbed to the reduction in people visiting.
No, I think it's more to do with with the control of like drink driving or something. Apparently, fucked if I know what that's got to do with it. But so they're looking at maybe extending that to 4 a.m. soon, maybe.
Well, I remember we used to. I mean. There wasn't too many times that 4 a.m. we weren't back in our hotel rooms. I mean, 4 a.m. is a pretty late time. I mean,
yeah. Look, some may argue, and the guy I got the news from said, because to me, like 4 a.m. Well, so what? You just start fucking drinking earlier,
4 a.m. Honestly, how many times we'd probably be heading back to our room most of the time at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
because you got to sleep sooner or later.
Yeah,
and you don't want to be you don't want to be in bed at 1 or 2 p.m. in the afternoon. You want to get up and
when you crack your first beer at midday. I think 2 a.m. is a good time to go home.
2 a.m. Yeah. Well, what's that old saying? Nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Exactly. Yep.
So 4 a.m. So 4 a.m. I think even 2 a.m. to me would be fine.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? You get to bed earlier. You get up in the morning and you have breakfast in the morning.
So what time do the shops? What time do the shops close?
I'm not sure. I think shops and all that would be the same. I reckon 7-Elevens.
7-Elevens
would stay open, but they might stop serving alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently there is a time.
I don't go to 7-Eleven for alcohol anyway.
Yeah, no.
Unless I've got a guest.
Yeah.
that wants some alcohol. But generally, when I'm done for the night, the last thing I want to do is grab another beer.
Yeah.
I want to grab maybe a water or something else, something to eat, just something that I can put in my stomach before I go to bed, and I can settle in.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to be doing anything like that in a hurry.
Yeah.
So what other places that was it LK Metro was a place we went to a lot.
LK Metro, we mainly hung out at Billabong Bar. I'm sure everyone's pretty familiar with that. So that sort of I used to like to go there during the day and have a beer, and then later on, at night, wherever the night takes us, sort of thing. But you've also got around there. You've also got soy bacao. Soy bacao. There's a lot of soys.
But before you go, the one drink we used to get after a big night, we'd go and have breakfast, and we'd go to Billabong, and we'd get a
Schwipmanau.
Yeah,
got to be done. Got to be done. But
you'd hear that bus, little van or whatever it was.
Oh, the Manau.
So funny.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh my God.
There's some. So even soy bacao's got a few little you've got your soy excite and soy pothole. The few bars and. There is a gentleman's club up Soy Pothole. Just that whole area. Yeah, I just think, if you venture further down, you've got Action Streets all the way down the end. I don't know if that's really kicking, but you got Soy Boomerang now. It's got a few gentlemen's clubs and a few bars, and that whole area. I just love hanging out that sort of side of town. It's really good.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I remember that.
A bit harder to get around. You still have the BART bus up and down Soy Bacao, but travelling sort of from Second Road to, Soy Bacao at one end, it can be a bit tricky. So that's where your motorbike taxis might come in handy.
True.
A lot of people recommend you don't get motorbike taxis because they're a bit fucking crazy, but I've always grabbed a motorbike taxi.
I had great experiences. How about you?
No. Well, I've had good experiences generally.
But
I don't like sharing...
Yes,
motorbike taxi.
That was a bit of an experience for you when we came back to the villa.
It was a
New Year's Eve, but it was the wrong time. It was the wrong time.
Busy.
Yeah.
It was New Year's Eve. We had to get from Pattaya to fucking Jomtien.
And no one was travelling that way.
Beach Road wasn't moving because there were fireworks.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah. So we got a motorbike taxis, and so I've hopped on with Steve-O's youngest boy. He would have been 16 then, 17.
What are we, 22? So 3 years ago, he would have been 18.
4 years ago.
Oh, he would have been 17 going on 18, actually. It was just about to turn...
Sorry about the cough.
He was just about to turn 18 in January.
Yeah.
So we were there New Year's Eve, yeah.
So he's, we'd been there for a day or so, hadn't we?
We hadn't been there long because we got there 29th, I think it was, 29th that night.
Anyway.
Something like that anyway.
Yeah, so it was a day or so. So for him to get on a motorbike in that traffic, he was a bit freaked out. So I've said, you're all right, you jump on first and I'll get on behind you. So I don't think he liked the idea of his willy touching the back of so he's pushing back. I'm fucking hanging on for dear life, balancing it. Burns on my fucking calf from the exhaust, just hanging on.
Oh dear. That was
that was.
Yeah.
Other than that,
you were both uncomfortable.
Yeah. Other than that, motorbike taxis have been good. Just be careful with your motorbike taxi. Just keep an eye on the road because those guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't know how many of them die week to week.
Yeah, who knows?
But I've had I had a couple of scary little experiences because what's crazy for me about these motorbike taxis is that they'll come out of a street onto a main road without even giving way.
Well, not anyone. Everyone does that.
I know, but when you're riding,
you're
in control. Okay, yeah. And even though someone pulls out, you're totally aware control. Because you're I won't say the word scared, but you are alert.
Yeah.
Whereas it's just normal to them, and they could have an accident, and
that's what I mean. You have to have the same mindset as a passenger, not because you can change anything. You can just brace yourself, basically.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You can't do anything else,
even if it means jumping off at the last second, whatever. That's why you
do that.
You had to keep your wits about you.
So,
but apparently, and I've already downloaded the app, so I'm ready. Apparently, they reckon so ride sharing now is becoming a lot more popular in Pattaya, especially in Thailand,
Uber?
like Uber.
Oh,
so they have Grab. Grab was always around, but Bolt is another one, and a lot of guys are using Bolt, and it's really cheap. But you're in a car, so you know what it's like with Pattaya traffic. when you're in a car, you get stuck. So I think that sort of would be better if you need to drive out to Jomtien or that shooting range that we went to in the dark side,
Get a share right.
Yeah. Although I've spoken to a friend of ours and there is a car available if we ever need it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that'll be handy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we want to go down to Water Bomb Park, that's the park in Bali. Ramayana Water
Park?
Yeah, Ramayana Water Park. We got a car.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So we got that sorted.
The only thing is I for listeners, I've got a bit of a bad neck, so I can't go on those big rides. It could damage me. But I love that
soft.
Yes, a little bit. But the water raft thing was just you could sit on there forever.
Oh, did you get? Was it? Oh, okay,
yeah, we went on there. We went on there.
Did we? I can't remember.
Yeah. We went around and around. It was just staying there for a while.
Yeah.
It wasn't for my young one being sick and me having to come back and just make sure he's all right.
Yeah.
I would have stayed on that all day. It was just and the water just flows. You just sit there and just.
We'll talk more about that in one of our other episodes
definitely,
when we discuss places to go. But that Ramayana Water Park's definitely worth a day out.
There's a lot of things that we did. Shooting range, we went to two of them.
Yeah. That second one we went to was better with the girls. That was really good.
That was a really good one.
We'll talk more about that in another episode.
So there's lots of things to do. Today we're just talking about some of the things that we frequent. Just like LK Metro.
Look, it's more for bars and that kind of thing. Like where I like to go for a beer and I've travelled there a lot on my own, and I love doing that. Like you go to places around LK Metro, and I tell you, every time I've been to a bar, you get chatting to other people. I actually got speaking to one guy one day, and him and I literally went on a fucking pub crawl that night. Like met the bloke, and he's a bloke around our age. So I really like that sort of environment. So if you're 50-something years old and if you're a solo traveller, or if you've got mates, definitely hang around LK Metro. Very good. My favourite area, I reckon.
And what was the name of the cafe we used to go to in the morning for breakfast where they dressed like staff from Foot Locker?
iRovers.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember you used to go there and you used to say to me, I remember you would never go there if you had a friend with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I
look, I have occasionally, but generally I don't like to go there with a girl because I don't know if you remember when you're in there, that guys go in there and they don't really have partners with them. There's not really.
Yeah, it's more of a single man breakfast journey
for me.
Sports bar.
Yeah, like I go there for breakfast.
It's like what's that saying where?
Because I like to go there.
You don't shit in your own backyard or something.
Yeah, I like to go there. Same with the discussion the other day about bar finding girls from the same bar. That same sort of thing. Like I just reckon
Billabong.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually bar find anybody there. Almost did, but didn't. I only bar find.
I bar find the ugliest girl I've ever slept with.
Yes.
She's pretty ugly, isn't she? She's really ugly.
All I want to say is, you must have been so fucking pissed.
Well, look,
because I looked at her and I'm looking at you and I'm going, really?
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen? You must have been.
We can end this episode on that. We can use that. That can be our story ending episode.
Well, you tell that story because I saw her and
there's not much of a story. It's just a good story because she's fucking ugly.
See, because you could say you take one for the team, but you paid for that, so. That's the part.
Well, I'll get into that. I'll get into the story in a minute. But we'll just wrap up. So that's okay. Metro is my spot. I like to hang out around there. It's pretty good. Blah blah blah. And that's it. Out of the story. So I can't remember exactly what happened that night, how it started, but I was in the Billabong, and I may have been talking to a girl, an attractive girl, and something happened, and I was a bit disgruntled, and I was like, fuck this, I'm going. So this really ugly girl, she I was sort of talking. She was sitting down with us, and I was like, fuck this. You know what?
And she really was ugly, by the way.
I'm not sure if you've got it painted a picture yet, but she was ugly. So I was talking to Mike, and because some guys like to go short time during the day and then bar find a girl at night. I actually like some time on my own.
So sorry, just to clarify, you used the term short time. Now, I think we might have discussed this before, but short time means.
Oh, well, you go to a short time bar or not necessarily a short time bar, but you can just pay a girl for a short time experience, which is,
Go to a room and have.
Go to a room and and that's it.
Sex and that's it.
Bing bang boom done.
Okay, right. Yeah.
You know, some people even go. They even have short time hotels there, where you can pay 100 baht for a couple of hours for a room, or 150. I don't know. I've actually never used it. I don't know. It's 100 to 200 baht.
In the times that we went, I've only done short time twice.
Okay. Yeah.
If you remember correctly.
Yeah, but that was in an establishment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So anyway, where was I?
So the ugliest girl that you could find in Thailand.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. So I sometimes I just like to, you know, have a night on my own, lay in my bed, fart, do what I want to do, spread legs, have comfortable. So this was one of those nights I went, you know what, fuck it. I'm done with these girls. They're giving me the shits. I'm fucking off. So checked in, paid my bill, and walked out. And as I was leaving, I've walked off down the street and I've heard, "Hey, where you going?" And I turned around and it was her. Now, you know, I'm a few beers in here. So I was like, I'm going home, you know, I ain't had enough. And she's like, "Oh, I come with you. And she's just joined me, like no bar fine, nothing paid. So head off down the road. And I had some friends that worked, you know, Boom and all them, that worked in an Italian restaurant near where I was staying.
Yeah, the pizza place.
No, an Italian restaurant down the road from there.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, I lie, not near where I was staying, near where this girl had her apartment where she was staying.
Oh, right.
So she stayed at one of the apartments above the bars in Soy Post Office. So she wanted to pop by her apartment first. So we did that, and I said, I'll go and say hello to my friends because they were just finishing work. They were all sitting at the front, and we've got on there, and she started carrying on and arguing with my friends. I'm like, fuck, I've got to get this girl out of here. So I went back to my room. We did what we did.
You didn't get rid of her at that stage?
No, I didn't, no. So we got up the next morning and, you know.
Chewed your arm off.
Chewed my arm off. So, but like, this is the worst case scenario. She was from a bar I frequent regularly.
Yeah, so now every time you go there.
She was dog ugly.
Oh, God.
So now every time I go there, now when I go there, I see her.
No one's going to know who Cheesy Crab was, but what did Cheesy Crab say?
Oh, no, she didn't say much because actually they're good friends. I probably shouldn't say too much because I'm calling her the ugliest girl I've ever been with, and
she might listen.
People might know who I'm talking about if they know the staff at the Billabong bar because she's the ugliest girl you ever seen.
Well, I went once, and this was when you'd left, and I was on my own.
Oh yeah.
And I went to Billabong.
Yeah.
Just to get away.
Yeah.
And when I got there was this girl, and I was chatting to her, and
her that girl.
No, another one.
Oh, another one. Sorry. Yep.
And I was getting along well with her, and I was really enjoying it. And she was good her English was good, so I was able to chat with her and talk with her, and we had a bit of fun. And before I could do anything, Cheesy Crab gave me the eye and said, "No."
Yeah.
And I thought, "Oh, really?" And she's going like this. She kept nodding her head, not nodding her head, shaking her head as in no, don't. Yep. And so I just left because I thought, bugger.
Mm.
And I didn't want to, because she's a great mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to upset her, and so I just walked away.
I think I covered the Cheesy Crab story before, didn't I?
I don't know. Have you?
Maybe I have, yeah. Yeah, but no, she's always been good.
Yeah, good. She's a good mate.
I think sometimes she's overprotective. Like, you know, like she'll sort of try and shield you from the bad girls, and it's you need to shield her, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but look, it's one of the things when you go there and you meet some people and they stick by you, like they.
Oh, it's very rare. Well, look, it's very rare there. It doesn't happen.
No. And we had someone that passed away that was really had our back, so to speak.
Definitely did. Yeah.
And I don't think we'll find
the connection there is deep rooted though.
Yeah,
like she's
you've known her for a long time.
Long time, and yeah.
So, and for those listening, the person is a lady boy, but acted more like a relation to us. It was a really close friend.
Yeah. No, I never have.
No, neither would I. And no, not a chance.
No. We will talk lady boys.
Yeah, we'll go through that. We'll go through that. Episode, but I don't want to talk about
that'll be a very short episode
because you haven't had the experience.
It's not my thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But can I just say, you put me onto this TV show that was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was about Pattaya. And it had these guys that, you know, they'd always do a story in this TV show, but then they'd like not interview, but they'd talk to people quickly, like show quick snippets of people walking past and going, yeah, Pattaya, yeah. And there's these two poms I think they were. Or was it? No, 2 Aussies.
Oh, that's
what was that show called?
That was a TV show.
Yeah, it was a TV show.
Banged Up Abroad, and the Bangkok episode. Yeah. But they were in Pattaya.
And the 2 Aussie guys.
The young Aussie guys.
Oh, well, you got to try it. Yeah. No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't. You don't really.
So is that saying that you come back home and you try it with a guy? No.
Yeah.
So don't.
Well, that's a whole other discussion. We'll leave that for another episode.
I thought it was.
Your opinions vary on that.
I know.
Yeah. But
mostly not. But anyway.
Well, I'm not talking between you and I'm talking general.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Strange, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
We'll wrap it up.
Covered everything there, so that's it's been a good one. We'll talk to you again soon, guys. There's going to be a lot more episodes coming. We're going to do this more often.
We're coming into Christmas, so we might be busy the next week or so. But hopefully,
after that,
we might squeeze an episode in over Christmas.
We'll see what we can do.
So we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for listening.
Yep.
And we'll speak to you again next week. So it's farewell from me.
And Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Yep. Take care of yourselves too. Be safe.
Happy New Year.
Yep. Happy New Year.
All right. Bye all.
Bye, Bye.